When I come to see those Q&A sessions, I think people ask very good questions. And they ask questions that concern about their life. And how many people are really asking questions concerning their life on a Saturday morning? Well, on a Saturday morning, where do people go? White Spot, McDonald's, or work out in the gym and sleep in? Say on a Saturday morning you sleep in for 2 more hours, you get up at 10 o'clock, and versus coming here to the meditation, I think you benefit a lot more by not sleeping in and meditate for that hour. But not many people do that. And they always try to find excuses for not coming. And there are people who are just one-time deal. They just come and do a meditation and then they don't come back again. All right, so I don't mean to compliment you or encourage you to come again, but I think you are doing the right thing. Next, first question. Thank you, Venerable Hong Chi, for the guided meditation. It was extremely helpful. So good. So you find that it's helpful. Next question. Awareness while observing breath. If we question the nature of breath, don't we get caught up in questioning process? Now, you question the nature of breath. We didn't tell you to question the nature of breath. Eh? Yeah. Are you going to answer that question?
Yes, I can just comment.
Yeah. I think so that allow them to hear you.
Okay.
So you better do this. Yeah. So there's another question that follows it. When we observe breath, how do we invoke awareness without getting caught up in dharmas? So in other words, but let me just give a very brief. When you observe your breath, your awareness in the breath and not anywhere. If you observe your breath and your awareness somewhere else, invoking awareness somewhere else, you're not observing your breath. When you are questioning the nature of the breath, you become more intimate with it. In other words, oh, this is a long breath. This is a short breath. Oh, this breath is too hasty. Oh, my breath is long. My breath is short. Because when you question the nature of the breath, you are with the person, with the object you are questioning. So you are still in the breath. It's just you want to add more features onto the questioning of it. You become more intimate with it. It's just like when you are educating your kids. When you're a parent, you get to educate your kids. You can't just say, kid, stay home and do your homework. You got to be early. Right after your school is over, you got to come home immediately and do this and do that. You give the instructions away. Whereas, if you question about the nature of your kids' work, your kids' schooling, then you will go and pick your kids up. And when you pick your kids up in the car, you will talk to your kid and say, hey, what did you do today? Are you happy with your courses today? And then when you go home, in other words, you stay close with the kid, not just do this, do that, and then you go away. The kids will never find you intimate. The kids would just say, oh, dad, mom give me all these instructions, but they never showed up for help. That's not the way to educate your kids. You got to stay with your kids. It's just like people who suffer from depression, emotional afflictions. If you pick up from Google all the theories and philosophies and the whys and the hows and the when about depression and say, this is what you should know. That's how a depression arises. That's how all these things arise. You give them all the theory. And this person has said, okay, what you know I already know. What I need is you got to stay by my side, listen to me, live through the hurdles with me, and be sympathetic with me. I don't need all these theories. What I need is love. What I need is people who stay with me. So you got to stay with your breath. Question your breath, stay with your breath. This is how you improve your breath. You understand? All right. Next question. Dear Venerable, it in dreams of meditation, the Buddha and the Buddha appear, are they illusionary too? Or should I let go as well? If an impression of Buddha appears, it's an illusion. It is what? It is an imaginary illusion. The third state of the perceived world. Remember we talked about this morning about three states. The state of reality, the state of distorted reality, the state of imaginary illusions. These three states includes all the worlds, everything you see. So if you, in your imagination, you see the Buddha and illusions about, it's an illusion. So don't attach to illusions. All illusions are not real. They're illusions. They're imaginations. Okay, so let go of your illusions. Don't attach to illusions. Don't attach to imaginations. Imagination illusions kill a lot of people. Next. I am just a beginner to learn Buddhist teaching. Can I attend the ceremony held next week? What is the meaning of this ceremony? I don't even know what kind of ceremony is being held next week. What kind of ceremony do you have in mind?
3 refuge, 5 precepts.
Oh, the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts. There are people who have been here for quite a while, and they heard people say, have you taken the 3 refuges? Have you taken the 5 precepts? What are the 3 refuges? The 3 refuges are, if I can give you an example. When you go to university, you need to register with the university so that you get mentally prepared for studying at university. For some students, I don't need to register. I just I just get in there. I without anybody knowing, I just listen to the professors, and then I left. I leave. So they don't register. They don't have that intention of trying to take the course. They don't have that intention of trying to get to really learn it. They don't have the conscientiousness to do well. So they're just sit-in students. Sit-in students don't have to do homework. They don't necessarily have to buy a textbook. They're not prepared. They're not psychologically prepared for the course. I don't think they would do well. Of course, there's some exceptions. But for someone who registers for the course, first of all, they have a very firm intention that they want to learn this. So they go through the rigmarole of registering it, going to the university, call up, fill in the form. They are prepared, they're psychologically prepared to take this course. So they go to the library, the bookstore to buy the book. They're prepared to attend all the lectures. They're prepared to do all the homework. They learn. So you have to prepare yourself that you want to take up the Buddhist teaching and learn it so that it solves the riddles of life for you, for your family members, for all others, so that it can resolve your problems in suffering, your problems in your mental afflictions, so that you can be more intelligent, then you can have more wise, and you can see things in a different way, and leads to a success, leads to a happy life, and help others to lead a happy life. You're all prepared to do it. Whereas if you're sit-in students, you're not prepared. Sometimes you go, sometimes, oh, today is rainy, I don't have to go to lectures. They don't take a register roll anyway, so you don't go. You understand? So that's the reason why they have a 3 refuges ceremony to get you registered that you already entered the Dharma door. What are the 3 refuges? Taking refuge under the Buddha, taking refuge under the Dharma, taking refuge under the Sangha. What does taking refuge means? Seek protection, study and learn about it. Learn about life, seeking protections of the Buddha. Do you actually, what do you call it? Physically get protection from the Buddha? It may not be physical. Buddha may not appear in front of you and say, I protect you, I'm a security guard. They may not do that. But mentally, is already there. They're not a physical security guard standing by your side to protect you. But they stand behind you mentally, that you know there's protection. Because why? Because you're equipped with the wisdom to interact, with the wisdom to respond, with the wisdom to lead a good life. So you take refuge under the Buddha, who was enlightened and who passed his teaching down through many generations. So seeking protections under the Buddha, seeking protection under the Dharma. The Dharma is what the teachings is all about. The actual teachings, the Dharma. Seeking protection under the Sangha. Sanghas are the organizations. So you join certain classes of the organization, you join a monk, you became a disciple of the monk who represent the Buddha's teaching, who represent the Buddha. So you are taking the three refuges. You have three protections. Protections under the Buddha, protections under the Buddha's teaching, which is called Dharma, and protection under the Sangha, who are the monks and the teachings and the temples and the monasteries. Those are taking the three refuges. So that's the meaning of it. And taking the 5 precepts, you go one step forward. Because the reasons that why I'm suffering, why I have emotions, because I have all kinds of retribution that work against me so that I suffer. You know what retribution is all about? You did something bad and then you have a bad effect, bad cause to bad effect, good cause to good effect. So everybody is serving a retribution. The fact that you're poor is because of some causes that you sow your causes of being poor, then this life will be poor. You sow your seeds of being healthy, then this life will be healthy. So it's all cause and effect. Now, who causes this suffering? Because of your deeds. You perform deeds, unwholesome deeds. Now you want to gear towards, introvert yourself into observing certain things you cannot do. I will not kill. I will not lie. I will not commit sexual misconduct. I will not intoxicate myself. I will not steal. So in other words, you try to put a defensive mechanism in you to prevent you from doing bad causes. If you do less and less bad, unwholesome causes, that would not lead you into unwholesome suffering. So taking the 5 precepts are absolutely important. Then, because even though you practice the Buddha's teaching, but if you're doing all kinds of wrongdoings, you already have the karmic energy that dominate you, that you can't go on. You can move forward. So you have to take the 5 precepts. So that's to put it in very simple terms. So that's the meaning of the ceremony. So if you want that, so you better register now, so that we will do that next week, because there have been so many people asking for the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts that we didn't have time to do it on a timely basis. Now we gather all the people together who have the intention of doing that and do that as a group. That ceremony would last for about 2 hours or sometimes 3 hours, depends on whether we should do it bilingually. If we do it bilingually, that would be 3 hours.